Warning, this podcast contains Crimson Crowns. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Once Upon a Time, Season 5, Episode 3, Siege Perilous. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, Clio.
Hello.
Hello. My co-host, Nikki.
Hey.
And my co-host, Sev.
Hi.
How's it going?
Gerd.
Gerd.
It's Gerd.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, what would you guys think of this episode?
I had the case of the Nickies on this one.
Case of the Nickies. That sounds like a boxcar children book.
And I had no problem with this episode.
Okay, hold on.
Of course, isn't that how it always goes?
Hold on.
But I did eat before I watched it, so...
I was eating while I was watching it.
Okay, there, I fixed that.
That's better. It's fixed now.
You guys switched roles on us. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need some homework to mark.
Yeah, you want to mark? You want to do it? I got math to do. Do you want to do that?
No, we'll switch you guys back. So, Sev, what problem did you have with this episode?
It wasn't necessarily the episode. It was just I don't know. At the end, I'm like, I'm pissed.
Ooh, why?
I was like, why am I mad? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it had something to do with I was kind of missing Wonderland. It had a couple references, and then also everything's being turned upside down, and it's just like, no.
Well, it wasn't that you were hangry about this episode. You just weren't satisfied, and you know how girls get grumpy after not being satisfied.
Yeah, there you go. No, but I mean, it was a good episode, but I was just at the end, I was just like, I'm mad. I'm angry, and I don't know why.
I was excited to hear the name drop that we've all been hoping to hear. And that was Agrabah.
Yes.
I was like, they're not going to bring something little like the Agrabah Viper's venom into play if we're not going to see a teensy bit of that even more so later down the road.
Well,
yeah.
The mushroom reminded me of Wonderland too, because they had a lot of those mushrooms in Wonderland. So, but they're a lot bigger. But it could be just a small cousin.
Yeah, I mean, in appearance they were pretty similar, but the Crimson Cap definitely had its own properties and stuff. It's not like a mushroom that is it doesn't carry the same properties as the mushrooms in Wonderland.
No,
it looks a lot like them.
It's toxic. It'll kill you if you ingest it. You have to use it magically for it to be any use in a potion or anything like that.
Yeah, most things in Wonderland don't outright kill you. They inadvertently kill you.
Yeah, they have a roundabout way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I actually really liked this episode because you guys know how I feel about the Charmings. Like it's no secret that I cannot stand them because they're too plain Jane. I don't like them at all. And I love the fact that this episode, even Charming is bored of himself.
Yeah.
He's bored of his own goddamn storyline. So, he goes out and searches the quest. He's like, I'll get the mushroom. I'll get it. I'll go right now. I'm not even going to ask for backup. I'm just going to go by myself. And
I knew Arthur was going to.
I kind of had the feeling Arthur was pulling some strings in the background since the talk with Guinevere.
Yeah. Hey, we knew
when
something
he,
was up
after
with
Percival.
Now, as soon as the episode started, I was like, something's up with both of them. And something smells wrong in Denmark.
I am going to say I did not expect Arthur. I should have, but I did not expect Arthur to be the villain.
In this episode, when him and Charming went on their little escapade, I'm like, why is Arthur being real shady?
Yeah, he's just like, Charming's like, it's not going to handle both. The bridge is not going to handle both of this. I'll go. And Arthur's just like, sure, dude. I'll hold this. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm good
I
back
knew
here.
from the beginning when he kind of invited himself on his little. I was like, dude, Arthur's up to something.
Well, Arthur and Charming are kind of bros, right?
Yeah, that's what they think.
Well,
that's what Charming thinks.
That's what Arthur wants too, because the way they sort of became chummy, I'm like, that don't taste right.
No. Happened too quickly.
Yeah,
it did, and like I said, I should have seen it coming. So I don't know. It just kind of took me back.
We know England's in Denmark.
It's funny. Camelot's in England, not Denmark.
Oh, Lee Silver in chat says, but you know that Arthur was the villain. Camelot is England, not Denmark. Yeah, okay.
We know. It was just a
saying.
Something's
wrong.
It's a Shakespearean line.
Yeah, it just means something's wrong. That you knew something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong in Denmark.
Yep.
Not Camelot. Camelot's
smells
fine.
Like poo.
Camelot's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
But I think that definitely brings an interesting dynamic now, is having Arthur as the villain, because now the whole town is kind of corrupt.
Is he?
Camelot.
I mean, he's shady. Does shady make him a villain?
Well,
I think no.
Kind of.
I think he doesn't think he's doing wrong.
Yeah.
I know he's testing his morals for sure, and he
villains are.
I don't think he's as far gone as most of the villains we've seen up to this point. I think he's just doing it because he's being manipulated off the side, like Guinevere being Madame Mim.
He's 100% not as far gone as some of the other villains, but a lot of, I forget where this quote came from, but a lot of the worst things were done with the best intentions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this path of corruption starts. Is yes, his intentions are good, but that's going to lead him down the path of a villain. So he's kind of turning into the big bad of this at least half season. We don't know. I think this is like one of the first times that, as it stands right now, we don't know what's coming for the next half of the season. The last 2 seasons we kind of knew.
No, but I have a great idea.
Yeah.
A great theory.
Yes.
You know, they dropped Agrabah, the name. I want to see that.
They've dropped Agrabah so many times. Like,
but have we actually seen like an embodiment of from Agrabah?
We have. Do you remember when Cora killed Snow White's mom? Or Regina? When Regina killed Snow White's mom.
Yeah.
They used the Agrabah Vipers. We actually saw the Vipers themselves.
Yeah.
I thought that killed the king. Was the Vipers?
The Vipers killed
the
king.
whatever.
But then we also had another connection to Agrabah in the story at that point, and that was Jeannie. That was Sydney.
That was Sydney, but we don't know if Sydney was the... Well, no, he did say Agrabah, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the 7. Genie. He's one of the 7 genies of Agrabah. So he was from
really
Agrabah.
Many?
Yeah.
I don't remember there being 7. That's insane.
I'm pretty sure there were 7.
Because we know there were the 3 brothers, and they were kind of... I feel like... Because we already learned that the lamps... Sydney's lamp worked very different than the other 3 lamps. And the other 3 lamps were bound by the Well of Wonders and you know, that whole thing. So those 3 lamps had their own properties, where when Sydney got released, there was no replacement for him. The king did not get sucked into the bottle like in Wonderland when that same wish happened, and we were like, what the hell? That blew my mind. And then when we really sat down and we started discussing it, we realized that those lamps had special properties. So, we've seen Agrabah. We saw it actually physically in Wonderland through flashbacks and stuff with Jafar. But I don't know if it's time yet. It still seems a little too soon for
it might be a little
Jafar.
too soon.
Next season 6, I 100% expect it. This season, I don't know.
This season might set up for it. They might have to go look for it.
Because I'm looking, and right now we have the overarching theme of Emma being, you know, the Dark One, and that's gonna probably play out the rest of this season. Where Camelot is gonna be the half season. Mm-hmm. So it's what is coming in the next half, and do
you think the next half has to do with Merida, or are they gonna figure that out right away? Because they already pushed her in.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. But with Emma now, we have Emma... Go ahead.
There's also the chance that that Merida could have been roped into this curse and she's somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Storybrooke.
Lee is saying in chat that the Furies, one of the Furies was named Megara in Greek mythology.
Megara.
So it could be a clue to what is coming Greek mythology. We've already kind of talked about Hades in the underworld. We saw a preview of it last week, so I'm really going with Hercules in the underworld kind of theme for the second half.
I also think he's, because Meg is a character in
Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because she, I guess I gotta look that up because I don't know, because she was actually in the Hercules myth as his like second wife or something.
Yeah.
So maybe she's named after one of the Furies.
I think Clio had it before about her Madame Mim thing. Was it Morgana or whatever her name was?
Yeah.
Morgana, Madame Mim.
I'm thinking it'd probably be more in line of Morgana than Madame Mim. I mean, they are pretty much the same character, but I think they all.
I know in the BBC Merlin series that Morgana is kind of like the big villain over there.
Yes.
So I feel like that Once Upon a Time would go the different route and actually call this one Mim because of the Sword and the Stone reference.
Exactly.
Or it might be her nickname.
Yeah, they could do something like that, but I feel like they'd probably go more in line with keeping the Madame Mim, even if it is her nickname, but that be the name that they call her. Simply because they've made so many allusions to the Sword of the Stone, and this is kind of a Disney property.
They've made a literal... It was literally playing in the movie theater.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have that, and then also, like that's why Arthur as a villain seems so weird to me, because I never really saw Arthur in that way, and I know a lot of, like, Pan, we never really saw that, so it was kind of cool, but at the same time, in the story of Neverland, we had Hook, and Hook was kind of the opposite role, in this. And then, Pan was the villain, which was cool, but then there's so many better villains in Camelot that I feel like if Arthur turns out to be the big villain, that it's kind of overshadowing Madame Mim / Morgana, and even Mordred, who was the traitor who fought Arthur at the Battle of Camlan. And I feel like that Mordred could come in and kind of play a hero role.
I don't think Arthur's going to be the big villain, but he's going to play a big role in it because he's being manipulative. If he might know he might go along with what these people are saying.
Right. But so if
but not be the big villain.
If Mordred played the traitor against Arthur and was portrayed as a villain, and Arthur is actually the villain, then that would reverse the role of Mordred as well. Where he would kind of play the hero.
I was also a little shocked that Arthur didn't know Lancelot was dead.
Well, everybody thinks Lancelot is dead.
Well, yeah, but he didn't know.
Cora outright said she killed him.
Arthur
didn't know.
I mean, everybody from Storybrooke that was related to, like, seeing Lancelot that time, they saw him die, but Arthur had no idea. He just thought he took off. So he's like, so how's he doing?
They didn't see him die.
Snow knew.
No, they knew, but they didn't see him die. When we met Lancelot, that was Cora.
Oh, okay, yeah, they thought he died, so they were very sure. So when they told Arthur, Arthur was surprised.
Right.
Arthur believed it.
Right. So
but Lancelot
that means Arthur wasn't around during the Lancelot-Cora incident, and we kind of know, especially from this episode here, is that Lancelot, Guinevere, and Arthur were kind of caught in a love triangle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's from the story.
Like the legend.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said especially from this episode. But yes. And we... Arthur kind of... he banished Lancelot, is what it seems. And... that being the case, he wouldn't have heard anything about Lancelot. So it's not that surprising that he doesn't know that he's dead.
News travels. I was a little surprised that he didn't know.
He knew that Lancelot took the darker road, and he didn't know how, but he knew that he was going down a darker road.
Right, but don't forget, Lancelot wasn't in Camelot at the time.
No.
Or he thought he was taking a darker road just because he was in love with his wife, but really he banned him because he was finding out what was going on actually in Camelot.
Right. So Lancelot not even being in Camelot, it's going to be a little hard for Arthur to have tabs on him, and then Lancelot comes into contact with Cora. Cora supposedly kills him, which, for the record, we're going to get a lot of the backstory with Lancelot next episode. So,
I hope so.
Oh, no, we're definitely. It's been
story.
confirmed already. We're getting that, so we are going to find out the whole incident, and I'm hoping we have a guest star from Cora. That would be really nice to be able to explain
amazing.
that.
I hate when they put that, when they have a character and they're like, oh, it's a long story. No, I want to hear this story.
Yeah.
We have time.
I have time. I have nowhere to go.
I am inherently suspicious of Lancelot right now because he shows up at this perfect time to tell Snow the exact opposite of what her husband believes. Like, I feel it's a little weird to me.
He might be there for some reason, or maybe he got wind that they are there and he wanted to talk to them.
He's been spying on them.
He's definitely there for a reason. There's no doubt about that. And
but he might have heard that they came, and he's
I'm still catching a little shade in his timing.
Everybody's shady right now. Like hell. Some are really obviously shady.
David gets appointed.
You can't trust anyone right now, and I'm getting pissed off.
David gets appointed to Arthur's, Lancelot's old role, like, immediately. It's like, oh, they went on a quest for this, mushroom and come back, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna just give you this beloved
knight you.
position. Yeah, we're not only gonna knight you, you're a brand new knight. You used to be a shepherd, and we just told everyone that. And now we're just gonna sit you in the most important seat at the table other than Arthur.
But that's also another thing I have a very big problem with, that there is a chair that is more important than the other chairs.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be the round table. It was round because there was not supposed to be...
Because everyone was equal.
Yeah.
Having a chair that is more important than the others is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I just have to say that.
I agree. But at one point, if Arthur is the leader... having the right-hand man, literally be at his right side.
I think he's trying to keep an eye. He put him that to keep an eye on David.
Oh, yeah. We're just saying the existence of that chair in the first place is ridiculous.
It's not just Arthur that's going to be keeping an eye on him. He's got everybody watching him now, because he's the superstar of Camelot. He's the new appointed. So everyone's going to be watching him. I guess he's in everybody's eyes right now. He's not going to get away with much. I mean, people are going to be lining up to get their babies kissed. I don't know.
Get their babies kissed.
On second thought, let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place.
Yeah. And when I knew, as soon as David was like, I lost the toadstool, I knew Arthur took it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
I did.
I knew he was shady.
Arthur took it.
I didn't think for a second that Arthur took it until it showed up in Storybrooke.
No, I knew Arthur took it. I knew he did. Because Arthur's shady as hell.
Lee Silver is saying in chat, the chair is from the legend, and if you sit in it when you are not the chosen one to find the Holy Grail, the chair will kill you instantly.
Interesting. But it's not at the round table.
Right. I don't
You're
think
not
that
looking for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I don't think that particular chair was at the round table, but that chair does exist in the legend.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
I don't think Arthur would have risked that if David wasn't the chosen one and he sat down in that chair and he keeled over.
Well, in this...
It's been hilarious, can I just say?
In this, though, even though they haven't outright stated it, the Grail has already been recovered at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there right
now. So it's probably the same chair from the legend, but as we know, Once Upon a Time twists everything, so the Holy Grail thing may not actually be linked to this chair. There's probably some other meaning to this chair that we'll find out later.
But
other than being yellow versus red?
Yes.
That might explain why Arthur won't sit in it. If he doesn't match whatever criteria and he knows it, he's not going to risk sitting in it.
Is it kind of like the magic of Excalibur? Like, if you weren't worthy to pull that sword out of the stone, you turned to ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think the chair has any.
But Arthur was worthy.
But then he was worthy. And then he probably got twisted and corrupted and,
worthy
he had
at the time does not necessarily mean you are worthy forever.
No.
That's true.
Look at Rumpelstiltskin. Look at Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin has a clean slate. This is 100% right here. It's be all end all confirmed what I was saying all along with Rumple. It was the fact that he was the dark one that was controlling his heart. It was darkening his heart. That's what it was. It is confirmed.
It was, but when he chose love, it stopped the darkening. But then he chose to continue on. I still think choice is a giant part in it.
It is.
And whether and external forces that influence your choice, you did it. I mean, you did it.
I mean, just like
same thing with Emma. Emma's choosing the dark path. It's
and they won't let her use her magic, because the more she uses the dark magic, the more it consumes her, and she loses her humanity.
And I feel like that once you seep into a point, that it influences your choices as well. That you can't just decide, oh, that's it, I'm not going to be the dark one anymore, because you've already gone so far.
It definitely adds temptation, and it gets stronger and stronger every time, but you still can overcome it if you are that willing. Yeah. If you have a reason.
I think, if anything, Rumple's relationship with Belle proved that he could have gone down a better path.
He could have, yeah.
He could have chose it.
But he was too obsessed with the power.
Yep.
Yes, the pull is strong.
Yeah, and I think he's a weak man, though. We know he's a weak man. Like, we've seen flashbacks of Rumple before he had the power, and we saw what he was.
Yeah, you're right. He always did choose.
Right?
I mean, he wasn't weak. He was fearful.
Right. So now I'm really interested. Now that the Rumple, he's got a clean slate. He's going to be this new hero, or can be molded into this new hero. You know, whatever. He's got the potential, whatever. But don't forget, now that he's not the Dark One anymore, he doesn't have magic anymore. Right? There's nothing like that. And he's very likely going to revert to his old ways of being a coward again.
But
he might not with all his knowledge.
He's going to keep his knowledge, his experiences and everything, but his solution to everything was magic. It always was. Yeah. And he doesn't have that solution anymore.
But he's also going to be this, like... She's gonna evil is going to shape him into a hero. Somehow I don't think that's gonna work very well.
It's not. And it's either gonna be that he does get away and they stop her from doing this to Rumple, or he gets some sort of Stockholm syndrome and just believes in every word she says.
I was gonna say that you don't tell me that Rumple's gonna fall in love with Emma now.
No. Okay. He's just gonna believe in her so much that he's just gonna do whatever she says, and it's not gonna mold him into the hero she needs. Just a minion.
I don't know. She's got to get that sword pulled, so she needs that hero.
Yeah. Does she know how to make a hero? Does Darkness know how to make a hero?
No, but Emma does.
Emma has no idea. She knows she's the savior, but she still doesn't know how to be a hero.
She's been a hero.
She's been a hero, but she still doesn't know how to be one. It happenstance. It happens. She saves the day. You don't know how to be something when the situation changes on you all the damn time.
Let's put bets now. Who's gonna pull the sword out of the stone?
Hook.
I like it.
Henry.
Grumpy.
Oh, Henry.
I think Henry, because I keep going back to Disney, when Arthur was a child pulling the stone.
He was the
sword out of the stone.
Kid,
he was exactly.
I'm going with David.
The lankiest of kids.
David's a possibility as well. I mean, they are making him out to be something more this season than he's ever been.
Okay. I went with the crazy ball answer because my answer yesterday would have been Regina.
Yeah.
But my answer today is definitely not Regina, because Regina's being super sketch, and I'm not happy with it.
She's not being super sketch. She's just being super bitch.
What was your choice? Grumpy?
Grumpy.
David, Nikki, who'd you say?
Henry,
and Rachel, you said...
wait, I don't know if I want Grumpy to be my final answer. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I want Grumpy to be my final answer.
You want to phone a friend.
Let's ask the audience.
Let's poll the audience.
Mulan's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Lee Silver just was asking about last topic we were on, which was the chair. He said, the chair is why the episode is named Siege Perilous, and was the Grail found by an archaeologist and his dad? No. What I was referring to is, if you watch our podcast last week, I mentioned that in season 1, I think it was episode 9. I could be mistaken, but go back because I actually mentioned the episode and the title last week. The Holy Grail sits in Rumpelstiltskin's castle, mansion, whatever, and was confirmed by producers that it was the Holy Grail. So, yeah. Anyway, my other option, if I wasn't going to pick David, because I would not have picked David if it wasn't for what they showed this episode, but my other option, and you're all going to jump down my throat, is Zelina.
I'm not jumping down your throat.
I'm not going to jump down your throat because it's not worth my time.
But it's also...
I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to ignore you even said that.
Wow.
Delete.
I also
See? I knew they'd be salty.
I'm not being salty.
I didn't say you. You started to stick up for me, so continue.
I also... I see where you're going with it, but I think the ability to wield both light and dark magic does not make you a hero.
No, it does not. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. But
I know.
The sword specifically is the wielder of light and dark magic, according to Merlin. That's why the wand, and all that he gave whoever was to be able to use the wand, was going to be the one who saved Merlin.
Oh, and
Zelina's the only one that was able to wield the wand thus far. So that's why I'm saying that Zelina's going to have this big thing. And Regina and Zelina have this big thing, this episode.
Yeah. Regina couldn't use the wand because she was getting too light on the light side, but now she's getting a little bit
on the cranky
sassy.
side.
Darker, a little sassy.
Yeah.
She's getting
so I think maybe she'll be able to wield the wand.
Eventually.
It's possible.
So then maybe she'll pull this. Maybe
frustrated.
Maybe my yesterday answer would be right. Maybe she will pull the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put in 4 separate answers?
You cannot.
To my own question.
You cannot. You can have 2. We'll give you 2.
This is multiple choice.
Regina and Mulan.
Regina, Mulan. I'm going with Zelina and David. And Nikki, what's your second choice?
The possibilities.
I'm trying to think else.
Because I'm gonna take a pool and we're gonna see who's right.
I don't think any of us.
Baby Neil.
I think we all know that Rumpel's just not gonna be able to do it.
Okay, so Nikki gets Baby Neil, and what was your first one?
Henry.
Some great choices there.
I'm just gonna go on a limb, and if he's still alive, I'm gonna say Lancelot.
Okay, I had Zelina and David.
Rachel. Our first ones are way out there.
Rachel has
Hook and Lancelot.
A Hook.
No, I could see that happening. I mean, Lancelot. If Lancelot is true to his word, and Arthur.
The Arthur author.
Yes, if he's the bad guy and Lancelot is true to his word and he's back to help people out, he was the one in the chair in the first place.
Regina, and who was your other one?
That is true. That was his chair.
Who was your other one, Cleo? Regina and who?
Regina and Mulan.
Mulan, okay.
Nobody said Rumpel because...
None of us, we have no faith in Rumpel.
Nope. And Lee, I'm going to annotate, Lee also said Henry, so...
Yeah. If anyone else in chat wants to weigh in, please do so.
Leave so in the comments below. And,
that's a good one too, Lee.
I'll put Lee down. Lee's choices are Henry and Roland.
Oh my god, think about it. This tiny little child pulling out this giant sword.
I mean,
that's even better than Henry.
It is. Well,
I mean,
so much better.
If Baby Neil could pull it off.
Baby Neil.
That was kind of the sword in the stone. Is we had the child do it. Arthur was a child in the cartoon.
He was a kid.
Squire, whatever. All right, so we got our choices there. But yeah, so Emma's kind of trying to shape Rumpel. None of us think this is going to go well. Belle can't find Rumpel. So I'm almost pretty sure she's going to start this giant search party.
Of course. The dwarves are going to be...
I was going to say, led by Grumpy.
Yeah.
I want Grumpy to go back to being Dreamy. Yeah. Can we get Dreamy back, please?
No, he'll always be grumpy.
In fact, actually, when I went to Disney in MGM, or it's not, I guess it's not MGM anymore, Hollywood Studios Disney, they have the shop set up. I don't know if I can pull the pictures up in time, but they had the shop set up, and they had Mr. Gold's pawn shop, I should clarify. And there were a lot of things in the window. So, let me see. Pull this up real quick. We got...
Well, they did say the knights collected magical items, so what exactly all did they collect?
Yeah.
That chest was full, so
That
they
was
collected
full.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that guy took it, and that it had him and Arthur were
This right here, you could see what appears to be right here. That chalice, the grail, maybe.
Chalice, yeah.
This is the compass that we've seen
Mm-hmm.
before. This is the clock tower thing, whatever. This is a windmill David had in his yard.
Oh, right, the windmill.
Yep, we see the glass slippers here.
Glass slippers.
We had some book. I remember seeing that book on the show. I don't remember what it was. There's some silverware here. I can't really tell. There's some chalices. Can't make all this stuff
wine
out.
Glasses, yeah.
A lot of glare. I tried to go back at night, and I could not make it back down to go.
Right,
but there's.
But can we find the Doctoberfest mug?
Doctober.
Right here, you could see.
That was so funny.
These
He
are the
grabs
glass. These are the Beauty and the Beast tea set, and the chipped mug was amongst those, which was really cool.
I gotta say, David was super clever when he did that.
That was really clever.
I was like, what happened in Doctober? Come on, they're
There's
like, oh
some
God.
genie lamps right here. You can't see.
You know, it was like the one rare night where Doc drank everybody under the table, so they decided to give him a fucking trophy.
Right there in the top.
Well,
of this
I mean,
picture
if the dwarves are anything like,
lamps.
Throw parties anything like your party, I mean,
My party?
your parties,
Yeah.
you make your own little special mugs and stuff.
There's Lumiere right there.
I do one of those again.
Candelabra. And then this is the thing that was really interesting to me. Here's two pickaxes, and you see Doc and Stealthy. They put Stealthy's pickaxe in there.
Oh,
Stealthy. Poor Stealthy.
So, but yeah, Mr. Gold's pawn shop is actually in Disney, which is really awesome. So, I thought that was cool. I took those pictures. Those are the ones I personally took myself. So.
Are we gonna talk about the ship?
No.
No ship.
No, absolutely not. We're gonna.
I need to go so bad.
Huh?
I need to go there so bad.
So.
The only one out of all of us who's never been to any Disneyland, any Disney place. I have not seen the magic, you guys. Maybe that's why I'm so grumpy.
Probably. We gotta change
so
you
bitter
into
all the
Dreamy.
time.
But anyway, so while Emma's trying to shape this thing out of Rumple, she realizes she needs to wake Rumple out of the spell. She needs something that touched him before he was the Dark One.
Mm-hmm.
I had no clue what she was going for when.
I don't think she really knew until Hook said that this touched him. And then when she got it in her hand, she looked at it, she was like, bingo. She was like, ding ding.
And I still didn't realize it until she teleported out with it.
Yeah.
Until she actually had it in her hand back in her basement.
The worst thing is that he didn't notice that she took it.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't notice that she took it. And you guys know how observant I am.
He was so heartbroken. And you could tell even on her face when he said, I loved you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You could just see on her face just what...
Yeah, her already pale face went paler.
And then, when she got back to the thing, her underground cave, and the gold guy was sitting there and he's, talking to her, and she's just like pissed off, basically. You could visibly upset about what happened, this correspondence she had with Hook. And so there is still part of her that is still in there.
Hook is going to be a major contributing factor to her redemption as the Dark One.
I hope so.
I feel like this is going to be the season that they figure out a way to break the cycle of the Dark One. Like, So after Emma, there's not.
Well, they're
going to probably
They're probably going to put Excalibur back together.
Right.
It's going to have. Obviously. Yeah, it's going to have to do with Marlin.
So Emma's going to be the last Dark One. So.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Well, I don't see this being like a Star Wars storyline where there always has to be an apprentice and master. And like.
Oh God. Don't even say that, because that's probably exactly what they're friggin' doing.
I don't think so.
Because Star Wars is now a freaking Disney thing.
No, well, that is the way that the dagger and the Dark One has worked in the past, but I think they're going to find that way to break the cycle, and that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to have Excalibur be the key. But Hook, especially, has so much knowledge from hunting down Rumpelstiltskin all these years. He knows the ins and the outs, the intricacies, the weaknesses, the strengths of the Dark One. So he's really going to use that to his advantage, trying to figure this all out.
It's going to be hard for him. It's going to be really, 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 really hard for him.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't think it's going to be that useful, because each Dark One is different.
Yeah.
And Emma's
they all have different weaknesses.
Well, yes, but he also knew Emma. So keeping that information together, he was the one out of everybody other than maybe Henry, knows Emma well enough that between the knowledge of both, and because Hook has all the knowledge of the Dark One that Henry doesn't have, that kind of puts Hook in the best position to deal with it. So.
You know what kind of bothered me this episode? It just gave me a little bit of a skeevy kind of feeling. Is how dazed Robin was through the whole episode after he saw the sonogram. I mean, I understand. That is your child. Yes, okay. But still, he was dazed through the whole episode. Like, he was just, like, staring off into another world.
He's probably trying to think of how he doesn't want to, like he said, he doesn't want to seem overly happy, because then it would hurt Regina, because then she will think, He
stayed in Granny's just shoveling his face.
I know. Yeah. I think he's contemplating. A lot's going on in his brain right now.
I think
he wants to be happy. He wants to be happy for the baby, but the second he's not happy for the baby because of the mama.
I don't know. It kind of got me, because I don't know.
I agree. It's all real weird.
It's kind of like being pregnant with your ex's baby and not liking the ex. You're happy that you're having the baby, but at the same time, you don't want the father to be the father.
I've never been in that situation.
Neither have I, but Facebook is a very good resource for that kind of shit.
I don't know. It wasn't that he was like trying to hide his happiness or trying to hide that he wasn't feeling anything at all. It's just he wasn't all there. He just seemed like he was a ghost, and he was just reacting to people talking to him without any emotions. He was just not he wasn't him.
No, he wasn't. He's not completely there. He has a lot in his mind, probably. I would think he's thinking overly.
I thought it was really creepy, to be honest.
Overthinking everything.
Yeah,
and then Hook went to him, and it was like,
dude, chill out.
Yeah, it's not only that too, but like Zelina's having the struggle with the baby too. Like, yeah, and I know everybody's down her throat because you all hate Zelina, but like, she wants the baby. Like, this is, in my opinion, her chance at redemption. And
she
just wants the child, and
she just wants to go away.
Yeah, and nobody's willing to let that happen because it's tied to Robin.
Yeah, I think also there's a fear that she'll come back and destroy everything, or whatever.
She'll raise the baby to, I don't know, be like her,
do evil,
be evil.
I mean, if she completely said. If she said, like, I'm going somewhere else, I'm not going back to Oz where my old roots are, where I can get back into my bad habits. If I go somewhere and I just chillax and I'm alone with my baby, and I know, but that would be a time where I'd be like, okay, go. Mm-hmm. If you can stay true to your word, and...
I think the problem is they still don't trust her, and they're not going to be able to trust her.
Of course they're not. They're never going to trust her. She has to do something freaking...
drastic, like pull the sword and be the hero.
No.
Thank you for confirming that theory, Nikki.
No,
you're right.
Not even pulling the sword out of the stone is plutonic enough for them to trust her, because
but to be the hero and to actually defeat the evil,
we know the sword can be used for both,
right?
Snuffing out the light and snuffing out the darkness.
Correct.
So she could get rid of the darkness, or she could be what Emma needs and snuff out the light.
Correct.
So
it could
they're
still
not going
go
to trust
either
her.
way.
I mean, if Emma offers her a way to go back to Oz and raise her baby, she'll take it in a heartbeat.
She's already tried to go there, so yeah.
Like I said,
but if Emma lets her.
But Emma lets her. Emma gives her the option. Say, do this for me, and I will get one-way ticket to Oz, and you never have to see anyone again, and you can raise your baby in peace.
She does have that one. I'm pretty sure Emma has that one-way ticket to Oz, and it's about this big.
And it's a bean.
And it's a bean.
Yeah. Well, the bean was mentioned, but that was lied about. They never had a bean.
Oh, okay.
That's true, right? But I'm sure she has some way to do it.
Yeah. So.
She's the dark one.
But yeah. I love that Arthur was kind of this evil, manipulative thing, not only in the past, but now is still in present. So that's going to add an interesting dynamic to all of this.
Well, I was a little surprised when he pulled out the toadstool and Gwen's like, you took it from him. She was like shocked that he took it from David. I was
he did look really disappointed in himself that he had to do something like that.
Yeah, I was like, you're just as manipulative as everyone else, you little missy. It's not what I wanted to call her, but you know.
Another one, like, you know how last episode Henry and Violet were at the jukebox, and she's like, "This song is familiar."
Yeah.
We had that same kind of thing happen with David when he picked up the toadstool, the Crimson Crown.
I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, "This is. I remember this."
Yeah. And so this curse is definitely different. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there's something when Arthur went to Griffin in the jail cell. I almost got the feeling that Arthur. I'm doing the same thing Nikita. Arthur knew more than he was leading on about what happened.
I think he's the one that actually locked Merlin up in that tree, or he had a good hand in it.
Or
I don't think that.
Merlin's been in that tree for way longer than Arthur's been alive.
No, he's been.
No, wait, that's not true because he.
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was
10 years.
Like
yeah,
decades.
10 years.
Like,
no, he said about a decade.
Yeah. So no, but like he wouldn't like, these are the heroes. Like, he brought the people into Camelot like as the prophecy of the people that would release Merlin. If he's the one that locked Merlin in the tree and didn't want Merlin to become a person again, he would not have brought these people back to his.
Well,
his
he might
castle.
think that they really.
It was,
really
you know.
He would have killed them then and there on the spot.
I don't know. I mean, he's probably using them to get what he needs, so that maybe he can.
Maybe Guinevere put him in the tree.
I don't know. I think there was a different story. We're getting the wrong story from Arthur.
Oh yeah, we're clearly getting the wrong story, but I don't think he's the one that put him in the tree.
I mean, if him or Guinevere, if him or Guinevere or someone of the combination or whatnot put him in the tree, I think he had a prophecy of something, and they didn't like it, and they're like, "This is not going to come true, and you're going to be put in this tree," to not make any more prophecies about maybe Arthur's downfall or something like that.
I'm not sure.
I don't like you. I'm putting you in a tree.
I want to know though, like, what in our Disney or fairy tale mythology has the ability to turn things into trees? Like, what is rooted in trees? That's where the secret is going to lie.
Stop it.
Nymphs. We're going back to Greek mythology. Nymphs. Yeah. They can turn themselves into trees.
That'd be Fantasia.
Yeah. They do that in Fantasia. The
any earthland like magical creature like that. Nymphs, dryads.
Yeah.
Because the tree holds a significance. It's
fairies.
It's not just that Merlin's a tree, but Dopey's a tree too. There's a reason.
Who's the guy that defeats Arthur? Kills Arthur in the end of the Arthurian. Mordred? Mordred's a druid. I just looked that up. I think he's a druid.
Could be.
She scared me.
Me?
Yeah. She's like, whoa.
Yeah, Mordred was a druid who formed a close bond with Morgana.
Oh, there's
Mordred's
Morgana
a druid.
again. There's Morgana.
So I think that's what the connection to these trees, because we're not looking at these trees close enough. We're just like, we've just accepted the fact that Merlin's a tree, and we don't want to dig deep into why.
And so
and Dopey. So yeah, there's something up with that, and
also in Wonderland there was that forest that turned people into trees.
Yeah.
You know what I'd do to Merlin as a tree?
The Walrus and the Carpenter Woods, whatever.
I'd cut him up and make him into armor for my druid. Because that'd be real swanky armor.
I love the fact that, like, if you break off a limb and it's a finger, I'm not.
Yeah, you break off a twig and it's a finger.
That was hilarious.
I think Nikki's barking up the wrong tree.
But I do like the fact that that seems like Merlin's books have traveled back with them.
Yes, that was cool.
I almost think it's intentional. I think Emma says that she made this. I think she's giving them time.
Well, like I said our last thing, she said that she can't tell them what happened.
Yeah,
not that she won't. She can't.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's her curse.
I think it's her curse, but she's trying to give them time to figure it out. So because she wants to be saved.
Morgana could have been doing something.
We're talking about a character that isn't even in this show yet.
Right. No, but I'm saying Morgana or whatever witch they want to go with, or whatever incarnation of that Mim, whatever was probably trying to do something, and Emma casting the curse to prevent it, to keep everybody in the dark, might be saving them.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
what Nikki's getting at.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So that's why she can't tell them.
Right. So, I don't know.
Or maybe Morgana cast a thing. She did a thing.
And
Emma's
and
trying
then the
to find a way
curse
to
is
undo
what's stopping it from taking
hold. Anyway, besides what was going on in this episode, at Comic-Con this weekend, it was revealed that Adam Crosdell will be playing Hook's father in an episode before the winter break. So we will be getting Hook flashbacks. And
Daddy Hook.
Now I'm sitting there going, who is Hook's dad? Who is Hook's dad? Do you guys have any, before I go into any clue who Hook's father could be?
Well, obvious, because we go back to
Captain Morgan.
No, this is like colonial English days. This is like probably the same era where we have Alice, right?
I'm sorry.
You would think it's probably around that same time period. So he's probably some nobleman, because Hook and his brother had Killian and his brother. They had money. They had the boat.
And they had the Pegasus thing.
They did.
Cleo, any ideas? Any speculations? No?
No, but you're saying it like I should know, and I'm really angry that I have no clue.
What is Killian's last name?
Jones? Davy Jones?
Thank you, Cleo.
Fucking serious?
Thank you. That's where I think that's going. Davy Jones' locker. No, not Tentacle Davy Jones.
Not that Davy Jones.
Killian Jones, Davy Jones. It only makes sense to me.
Davy Jones,
Besides the SpongeBob Davy Jones.
There we go. The monkey.
The Flying Dutchman?
Yeah.
No.
The Flying Dutchman is the ship.
Yeah.
No, I thought that. I don't know.
No, the Flying Dutchman is the ship.
Okay, I don't watch SpongeBob religiously. I'm sorry.
That is not a SpongeBob thing. That's history.
I thought in SpongeBob the Flying Dutchman was the ghost. Sorry. But because the way we saw Hook was he's from a long time ago, and when he was in Neverland, that's how he ended up living and passing. So his father very well could have been a pirate way back, been Davy Jones, all this stuff, or something happened to him.
Davy Jones was a pirate before he became a pirate.
Well,
yeah, he wasn't always a pirate.
Well, we're gonna find out in that flashback, but I still think that Davy Jones from that era before he went to Neverland.
I am so getting a bottle of Captain Morgan's before that episode.
Do it.
Yes. Anyway,
I have the Kraken actually, but
I don't know. I want to see that. I'm very interested in his father.
I wonder if his father is like where Killian got his looks kind of thing.
Oh, it's definitely going to be something similar. Because
is that him?
I'm gonna pull up a picture of him.
Why is he so young
right now?
Well, he's gonna play in a younger version.
Oh, that's true. We're looking at flashbacks. Sorry.
This right here is
Adam Crosdale? Is that what it is? Crosdell?
He looks more like a Captain Morgan.
Yeah. So that will be Hook's father. And
so I don't have a new old man crush yet.
No.
That didn't do it for me.
No.
Oh.
He's not going to be an old man, though. So.
He's older than me.
Next week, the episode is called The Broken Kingdom. After receiving a cryptic warning from Lancelot about Arthur's intentions, Mary Margaret realizes Arthur may be the hero's biggest threat. But when she is unable to convince David of the danger, she takes matters into her own hands. Meanwhile, Hook's unwavering love for Emma provides a glimmer of hope in her struggle against the unrelenting voice of Rumpelstiltskin. In a Camelot flashback, Guinevere senses that Arthur is losing his way, consumed by his obsession with making Excalibur whole. So she sets out with Lancelot on her own quest into the heart of darkness.
So that little hag knows that Lancelot is not dead, is in Camelot, and she's hiding it from Arthur.
Or is that a flashback? Flashback.
This is a Camelot flashback.
A Camelot flashback. So what happened? Well, Lancelot came back. All of them are there.
This could be where Lancelot may be left for dead.
Oh, okay.
You know, we don't know for sure. This is just a flashback. We don't know how long ago. It's not necessarily the 6 week ago flashback. There's
probably too many flashbacks because they're
Oh,
present day in
so
Starbrook,
wait,
and then they go.
They're going to Vietnam?
Yes,
They're going to Vietnam.
that's exactly what they're doing.
That
No,
would
because
make
it's
more sense than what they're doing right now.
It's his quest to make Excalibur whole. So I'm assuming this is right after he pulled the sword in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't
Okay,
know
now
what
that makes
exactly
sense to me.
that is, how long it has been from when the swords were broken.
10 years.
So, well, we don't know when the sword was broken.
The sword has been detached
Yeah,
from
as long
itself.
as the dark one's
Oh
been
yeah,
around.
we don't know when that was broken, but we know the
Exactly,
time
so
frame
if
that
he's-
from when Arthur pulled the sword to the flashback is 10 years. We know that much.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So,
been within the 10 years.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
we might, so if he's looking for it, then he might encounter the dark one. So which dark one is he going to encounter?
Zozo.
Zozo would it be Zozo?
No, it'd probably be
That's what I'm
Rumple.
saying.
No, Rumple.
Yeah, Rumple was the dark one for
Yeah.
800 years, 900 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Storybrooke, Dark Emma unleashes a secret weapon in the next phase of her plan to find the brave soul she needs to draw Excalibur from the stone. Dun dun dun.
I'm guessing it has to do with a preview that I didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't see the preview either. I would say either Hook or Henry.
A brave
Or-
soul.
A brave soul. Well, yeah. Might be
I
Henry.
mean, there's a lot of brave souls in
There's
Storybrooke.
also a lot of poor, unfortunate souls.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to see the person who loves to sing that song.
I'm
She's not dead.
wasting away to
She's not
practically
dead, but I don't
nothing.
think she's back
reformed.
home with
She's
she's
reformed.
back home with her dad.
Yeah.
How bad.
So I think that about does it. You guys have anything else?
I want us all to be wrong, and the person who pulls the sword out of the stone is actually Rumple.
I would like that too.
No, I don't want that to happen.
I don't want any of us to be right.
I don't either.
I want
I
to be
don't-
I
right.
want us all to be wrong.
Oh, goodness.
I want Merlin to pull the sword.
There you go.
No, he's not. No.
I
I'm
mean, he
being
is pretty
ridiculous, Cleo.
dashing. He's pretty dashing.
I mean, what if, like, Merlin, they got him out of the tree and then they get the curse of that mean that Merlin is somewhere in Storybrooke?
I got it.
A gummy bear.
A gummy bear.
No, I got
Can
it.
be any tree
I got it.
in
I got it.
Storybrooke.
I got
Okay.
the answer. You guys
What's
ready?
the answer?
It's Rumple's father. Peter Pan is going to pull the sword from the stone.
Get out of here. I'm
Get-
done with
He's
you.
too busy
How-
being a tiny boy teleporter.
What did she throw over the camera? Please, it looks like mashed potatoes. Please tell me you threw mashed potatoes at your camera.
No,
No.
it's just
Oh,
a,
it's her mask.
no,
it's
it's
her hat.
Cleo,
Why
where
did
can the
that?
people find you?
They can find me at Cleomoto on the socials and on Twitch at the Cleomoto.
Excellent.
Moto.
Murder?
Nikki, where can the people find your absolute hatred for the actor Robbie K?
Poor kid.
No. You can find me on Twitter
No.
at LadyVenom24. LadyVenom24.
She's only salty because she can't get rid of Robbie K because she's on Heroes where Robbie K is as well. So,
Is he Peter Pan then?
yes, Peter Pan's deadly. That was the joke.
Yes, that's the
Rachel,
joke.
where can the people find you?
They can find me at Twitter and on Twitch at Savannah.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
I like how Lee's not having any of your shit, Dom, because he just so deadpanly writes in chat, Peter Pan is dead. So, like, I can just hear it, just so deadpan.
Yep.
He's deadpanning.
He's sick of my shit. He's sick of my shit. You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube.
You should really get that cough looked up.
At /ASOTV podcast. For some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows.
Someone your uvula on that one.
Until next week.
Those damn gypsies.
See you guys later. No, I almost slipped up and didn't cough, so that was me correcting that.
I meant to ask,
compensating
Lee,
for nothing.
What was that thing you said in the beginning? Camelot, Camelot. Is that like a rhyme from, or like a song from something?
Camelot, Camelot. I know it gives a person pause, but in Camelot, the leader kills you for the cause.
Which
from what
happened.
From that's the novel, the poem.
Yeah.
Oh, is
it? I mean, his little handmaiden or squire, as we.
Yeah.
He kind of died for the cause.
Fucking murdered that bro.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I thought I didn't know that.
There was really no reason to murder him, and he just did it just because he wanted to tie up.
Drink that poison. Drink it and turn into dust and disappear.
Chug it, bitch. Chug.
Get it.
Chug.
Shot.
You fucking sucker.